In drawing, there's much more than just drawing what we see. There is a whole world that lives under the surface of the skin. The first level is drawing what we see because we need to get these big shapes and proportions down so that the face looks right. But the next level is drawing what you know, because that's how we make things feel three-dimensional and understand the forms under the surface. It all starts with a good center line. The center line is the foundation for everything that we do. It's just like a house. We need a strong frame. It doesn't matter how beautiful your molding is if the frame is going to fall down. And it's just like that on the head. And once we have that center line in there, we can identify the thirds of the face. So the face is going to split into thirds, 1/3, 1/3, 1/3, from the chin to the nose, from the nose to the brow, and from the brow to the hairline. Faces move around a little bit, but generally it fits pretty well into this. And then we can start to identify landmarks and construct off of our center line. So what I'm finding here is the brow bones on either side. And I know this is a really soft portrait, but we can actually see what's causing this bump on the outline. It's not just a bump if we were looking at what we see, but what we know is that these cheekbones are pushing out right here. And you can see how this is bright here and darker on the side. That's letting us know that there's a change in plane right here. And with this cheekbone line, we have everything we need to put our sunglasses on our figure. And these are where the actual eye sockets of the skull are. So we've fully recreated the skull here. We can just connect up a few points and then connect it down to the chin. And we have this full front plane, full understanding of the forms of the head. It's so much easier to check the proportions on a basic block-in like this than to try to just attack the figure and put in those details way too early without actually checking if these are right or not. And when we start painting, we have a much better idea of what we're looking at. All those areas that need to get pushed into the skull, carved inwards, we know where those are now. Under the nose, under and the inside of the brows, on the edges of these brow bones, down and under the chin. We know that all the forms that face upwards or towards the light are going to receive this brighter light. Let's make it a little bit brighter so you can see. And everything on these side planes of the head right here on all of our side facing planes, these are going to get the medium side facing light. A lot of people ask me, Jake, what brushes do I need to get that old school traditional look on digital? But there's no materials or brushes that you can use. You're misunderstanding the problem. That what separates these painters from you is the way that they thought, the philosophy they used, and how they found simplicity and beauty. They found the easiest, simplest, and most elegant solutions in a way to work sculpturally on these issues, not just using the right materials. And paintings like this, they were built up over multiple sessions, not just with glazes or whatever. They actually painted very directly, but they thought about these big forms on the first layer, and then they would scrape down their canvas with a razor blade so that they could get just the color and no texture, and then they can paint over it in a more refined way on the second or third pass or however long it takes them. Most of them could get a decent looking head just like this in one sitting though. I spent about 15 minutes on this. I pushed those lights up at the beginning, so I just got to push them back down for this overcast painting, but I think we're ready to show how much we can do with just a little bit of time and simple understanding of the form, limited colors, limited values. You don't need any of that. Draw what you know, understand the sculptural aspect of what you're looking at.